Assalamualaikum. Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam.
The lights are behind me, never mind.
Okay, okay. How can you you are a host now, no? Is
Which,
everything
okay.
is this the
Yes,
correct
yes.
one? It's correct. I just send you a message. You see whether you receive.
Okay.
Okay, I just said. I'm okay. All
Okay, I
right.
want to.
So how thing? Are you back in Singapore? Or still
No,
in,
no, I'm still here.
wow.
Inshallah, going back on the 9th, next Sunday.
Next Sunday. And how's the cats? You're okay, the cats?
Yeah, the cats are still here.
The same cats, or do they recognize you?
Yes, yes. Especially one of them. I don't really play with all of them. My wife does, but
Oh,
I
okay.
like this particular cat. She when I call her name, she will come.
Oh, how many years you didn't see her? 2, 3 years.
No, we came back already after the COVID.
Okay, okay.
After COVID, when I retired, I came here quite often.
I see.
Every month I stayed here for a month, then went back for 2 weeks, then came back again.
Where is that, specifically?
Tangerang, BSD.
Tangerang. Oh,
Yeah,
you're in
Tangerang.
Java. I always feel you're in Sumatra.
No. I'm in Java. So
Java.
it's near Jakarta.
Yes.
Okay. You are home, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
You're
home. Yeah, after one day, I could go back home. But then the next day,
Okay.
the bleeding didn't stop, so I had to go back. The thing was still oozing
You
bandages.
need to go for dressing. Don't you need to go for dressing?
Yeah, I mean, I want in a few weeks, few days time, one more. But I think generally it's okay already lah.
But you can actually do dressing in the
Yeah, in
polyclinic,
fact,
right?
I told them I'm gonna go, but since it was like so full of blood, they are worried that the bleeding didn't stop. So I had to stop the
Yeah.
blood thinning. There's a blood thinning medication, aspirin lah.
Okay.
I think.
Yes.
And my son told me that
Is it called warfarin? Warfarin or something?
sure,
No, yeah. I know. There's something frin that for used to thin the blood.
Oh, okay. I thought it's aspirin. Mine is
I
aspirin.
don't know.
They wrote that.
Yeah,
aspirin.
I think aspirin. I think the warfarin, the one I mentioned, is a brand. I think.
The brand. But I don't think I can take that because I'm going to the dentist to remove the. I mean, all medical dental now. I want to do it in Singapore lah. I feel safer. I feel safer. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But now with the skies open, you can actually go back during the long weekend or even over the weekend.
Oh
But
yeah.
there's a one coming this October. I think there's one.
Yeah. And is it October or October? There's a 5-day one.
Yeah,
I think November there's another one.
correct.
The
There's
water
festival.
festival. Okay, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, I normally will go back during the long break, longer than 2 days. I mean,
Okay.
but you see, the flight is not as cheap as when Jakarta, Singapore. Jakarta, Singapore, 150 you can fly. Here from Phnom Penh, 300, I think. Yeah.
Phnom Penh to where? Jakarta or
No,
Singapore?
Phnom Penh to Singapore.
Return.
Return, yes.
Oh, return. Yeah. For me,
Assalamualaikum,
okay
Zaki.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, let me. Oh, still 5 minutes more.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Shafi says it's coming a little bit late.
Okay.
I just send them a reminder. So the docu was very, very interesting lah. A lot of stuff lah, a lot of stuff.
Where? Sorry.
The docu at Peningat Island was very interesting.
Oh
So,
yeah. Okay.
so
Okay.
many things. You must visit lah.
I
In fact, the next time if I'm going,
I try to make it. I try to make it.
Yeah.
Inshallah, yes.
I'm thinking maybe not now, maybe next, maybe let's see when lah. I think there's so much subject matter. There's so much links to Singapore, you know, and to Malayness, and I mean my although I'm Indian, but my culture is Malay culture. I listen to Malay songs. I mean Malay food. Everything is all Malay, and so yeah. The 4 boys are coming in shortly. I just discovered that Teluk Blangah was the home of the Temenggung that was here in Singapore,
Yeah.
was here since 1811, setting up his own macam istana in Teluk Blangah. And so when Raffles came, Raffles thought he was the Sultan.
The king. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he went to call Sultan of Peningat. And later on the Sultan came, and then he went back to Teluk Blangah. And it is from his line that we get the Johor Sultan today.
So
Temenggung
it's
line.
not really. So that means it's not the king, eh?
The Sultan, okay, so they are cousins actually, or distant cousins. So it's all related. So, well, but very interesting, right? You have now all sorts of stuff. And when Temenggung got people to try to convince this Tengku Hussein or Sultan Hussein to come over, basically they had to convince him because he wasn't too. He knew it's not going to be an easy thing, man. His family not going to agree. The younger brother who's the Sultan. So what we are taught in history that Singapore was vacant, empty land. This is really the propaganda by the penjajah, so that they can come in, and it's different It's a very different. Okay, let me see.
You see, history is what we get from whose narration.
Yeah. True. Okay, I think Adli is in.
Okay, 7.
Yeah, Zaki, can you 8 o'clock? Sorry, not 7. 8 o'clock.
Sorry, it's 8. It's 7 in Indonesia. Okay, I think Adli, Zaki, and Arshad are here. So I shall start. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We will carry on with our revision, come doing the N-level type of questions. Like as usual, like last week, what happened was when I look at a question, I will try to go back and review first so that you have a fresh memory of how to do this. So the next question, we finished 9 questions. The next question on number 10 is about triangle, area of triangle and perimeter. So for shapes, we have area and we have perimeter. Since that question focuses on triangle, so for perimeter is easy. For perimeter, for all shapes, all you need to do is to add all the sides. So if you are given here to be, this is a 7 centimeter, 5 centimeter, and 8 centimeter. So they ask you, what is the perimeter? It's very simple, just add all the sides. So 7 plus 5 plus 8, and that's your perimeter. So perimeter, there's no formula. Please don't memorize this formula. Length and breadth. A perimeter of a rectangle is 2L plus V. No need to do this. Don't waste time memorizing, because even if you don't know this formula, you can do this question if you know that perimeter is to add all the sides. So if this is 8 centimeter and this is 5 centimeter, to find the perimeter of a rectangle, 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5. That's it. So you don't need to remember 2L plus B, whatever. So perimeter has no formula, just add all the sides. Now, once you know this, add all sides, I can give you whatever shape and I can ask you for perimeter. You just add all the sides because there's no formula to follow. Okay, so what the area of a triangle, we're going to focus on triangle because this question is on triangle. The area of triangle, which we learned back in primary school, is you need to have the base and the height. And the formula for area of a triangle is base times height over 2. Or you possibly remember it as half base times height. This is the same. Yeah. Base times height divided by 2. So that's the formula of a rectangle, triangle area. You know how it gets here? This formula is from the rectangle. So rectangle, this is length and this is breadth. And you want to find the area of a rectangle is length times breadth, right? Now, if you, to get a triangle, you draw a diagonal here. And it's actually, this area is half of the old area. So this is half. And we just rename this as base, rename this as height. And so you have base times height divided by 2. That's how you get the area formula for triangle. But not all triangles are right angle triangle. What happens if you have a triangle that is not right angle? So supposing this, so you have to still got to find the base and the height. Height is from the other point, the vertex, drop it down, it must be 90 degrees. The green dotted line is the height. And so base times height divided by 2, and you'll find the area of this triangle. So that's how it is. Now, what about if it's an obtuse angle triangle? What do I mean, obtuse angle triangle? Triangles that look like this. So this is the base, and where is the height? The height is the other vertex dropped 90 degrees to the base. So this is the height is outside. This is the height. Yeah. So these are the various shapes of various triangles that you've seen, and you almost always will remember the area of triangle is base times height divided by 2. But at the I think Sec 3 or Sec 4, you come across with another formula for area of triangle, and that formula is this. You have a triangle, and you don't have the height, but they give you the angle. Let's call this angle theta, and let's call this side A, this side is called B, this side is called C. Now, once you have this given information, you can find the area of triangle by taking the sides and the angle this together. What do I mean? I will highlight the angle and the sides that encompass the angle. So this one here and this one, so highlighted in red. So you have B and C. A is not within the angle, so A is not in. We're not interested in A. So we're interested in B times C sine of the angle divided by 2. So this is a new formula, or perhaps your teacher would have taught you half BC sine theta. Same, yeah? These are the same. I like to write straight away as a fraction because it solves a lot of problems usually after that. There you are. So this formula, you are to apply it and you get the answer. So if I give you an example, 8 centimeter, 9 centimeter, and the angle is 60 degrees. How to find the area? The area is equal to 8 times 9 times sine of 60 degrees divided by 2. It is always sine, not cosine, not tangent. This is a formula. You have to memorize it by heart. Yeah. So how do you see? You look for the angle, and then you look for the sides that are encompassing the angle. Example, again, one more example. Suppose this angle is 70 degrees, and this is a 6 centimeter, 7 centimeter, and this is a 12 centimeter or whatever it is. Now, how to find this area? To find the area, this one has no base, no height. So you look, there's an angle. The minute you see, they ask you find area and they give you an angle, straight away it has to mean that you must use that formula, the AB sine theta. So look for the angle. So the angle is 70 degrees, and you look for the sides that encompass the angle. So in this case, 6 centimeter and 7 centimeter. This one we don't want. So all you have to do is to find the area, 6 times 7 times sine of the angle, which is 70 degrees, divided by 2. So that's the formula for area of triangle given an angle and 2 sides. Okay, so now let's do this. So this one they give you the area of the triangle is PQR. So let's draw. Why do we draw? So that we can see. Yeah, we can see easier for some people. PQR, the area is 98.4. PQ is 15.2. 15.2. Of course, not to scale, just want to see. QR is 17.6. And the angle PQR is an acute angle, this angle. What is an acute angle? I think we've done this before. Acute angle less than 90 degrees. Then we have obtuse. more than 90, but less than 180. Then we have reflex, more than 180, less than 360. Okay, now, so this is an acute angle that they require. Calculate the size of the angle. So you want to find the angle. Okay, so let's call this angle X because we want to find it. You can call it theta. Let's call it X. So based on this, straight away, the minute you see this, there's angle involved. To find the area, I need to use the formula of that, right? So, but first of all, I like to write the area of the triangle is 98.4. So I write this down first, because you always write what is given. They give you, that means they must use. At N level, at O level, whatever is given always must be used. When you go higher at university, so sometimes what is given is irrelevant. So they give you the area, it has to be used. Now I know the formula for area. Area of triangle is base times height divided by 2. But in this case, it's useless because the angle is involved. So once the angle is involved, I know I take these two sides, 15.2 times 17.6 times sine of the angle divide by 2 equals to 98.4. There. So this is how I set up. You always must learn how to set up the equation to get the answer. You set up by writing what is given. I write first, area of triangle is that, and then I know area formula for this question is AB sine of the angle. So there you are. Then you just press a calculator and you should be able to get the answer. Yeah. What I do first, okay, first of all, I make it into a fraction. Fraction equal to fraction so that you can cross multiply. This 2 times 98.4. So that's 8, 16, 18, 19, 196.8 is there. And the other side is 15.2 times 15.2 times 17.6 times sine of x equals to this. You can multiply this. Use your calculator. I don't have a calculator, I use my handphone. 15.2 times 17.6. That's 267.52 times sine of x equals to 196.8 there. So what do you want to find? I want to find x. X is with sine, doesn't matter. Sine of x equals to 196.8 divided by 267.52. Yeah. So you will get 196.8 divided by 267.52. And I get 0. Sine of x equals to 0.73565. So this is not the answer. Nobody asked us to find sine of x. They asked us to find the angle, which is x. So to find x is sine inverse. You press a calculator. I don't have a calculator. So you press a calculator, you get the answer there. And the answer is given is always acute. And that's how you get the answer. Okay? So that's how you find it, the angle. So straight away, in doing the mathematics, you've got to see what is the topic about. This is geometry, and they give you the triangle with the angle. That means you straight away must use this formula. You must know how to use this formula. No more base times height divided by 2. This one has no angle. So you need to use this one for the angle. Okay, next question. Oh, by the way, that question just now is worth 3 marks. So I could see where the marks will be. This writing the formula will give you 1 mark. Simplifying this will give you 1 mark. And finding x here will give you another mark. Yeah, so there's 3 marks over there. Okay, now there's another thing about triangle. Let's just go to shapes. This is shapes. We have triangle, kite, and polygon. So this is on polygon. Let me review on polygon a little bit. Polygons are shapes. So we have the smallest number of sides for any shape to form is 3. 4, 5, means 3 is like this, 4 is like this, 5 is like this. So these are shapes, right? 6, so on and so forth. And you need to learn some of these names until 10. So the names, some of them got special name, later we learn. 3 is triangle. 4 is quadrilateral. 5 is pentagon. 6 is hexagon. 7 is heptagon. 8 is octagon. 9 is nonagon. And 10 is 10 years is a decade. 10 is a decagon. So these are the names given. So beyond 10, 11 sides, 12 sides, we just call it 11 gone, 12 gone, 15 gone, 20 gone. So there's no special name already. These names from 3 to 10 is worthwhile memorizing. Most of the popular questions come for pentagon, hexagon, octagon. These are popular ones. Okay, and I like to branch out. For some of these shapes have special names. For triangle, so we have all the one equal sides. This is called equilateral triangle. We have special names, yeah? And if the two sides are equal, meaning the two base angles are equal, this is called isosceles. Isosceles triangle. When all the sides are not the same, this is called scalene. When there's a right angle triangle, there's only one right angle, but there's only 190 degrees in a triangle. This is called a right angle triangle. And if the angle is this, one of the angles is an obtuse angle, more than 90, less than 180. This is called an obtuse triangle. Okay, so these are the special names given for triangles. The one that is unique is quadrilateral. Quadrilateral has a lot. Quadrilateral is a family name. You have a lot of it that need to be memorized, because they like to ask you, what is the special name of this quadrilateral? So the first one that's simple is a square. Square is all sides equal, and you have 90 degrees, all sides equal, 490 degrees. And if you elongate it a bit like this is called a rectangle. Now, if you slant the square, it becomes like this. This is a rhombus. Okay, and for rectangle, you slant it. This is called a parallelogram. Okay, now parallelogram has two sets of parallel lines, one here and the other one here. Now, if we have just one set of parallel lines like this is called a trapezium. And if you have these two equal and these two equal like this is called a kite. I think that's all. Yeah. So there you are, all these names that you must memorize. The one that is popular, trapezium, and the rest. Square, rectangle, parallelogram. These four are quite popular. Okay, so for quadrilateral, there are so many of these you need to memorize. So if they're all the sides are equal, then it's either called a square or a rhombus. For triangle, if all the sides are equal, it is called an equilateral. Now, the rest of them doesn't have any other special names. They're all called pentagon, etc. But if they're all sides the same, all sides equal, then they from here onwards, they are called regular. So the minute you see the word regular pentagon, it means it's 5 sides, but all the sides are equal. So this is a regular pentagon. So all I'm just drawing rough here. So all the sides are equal. This is called a regular pentagon. But if you have a pentagon that looks like this, do you notice that they're not all equal? So this is just called a pentagon, 5 sides, but not regular. Whenever you see the word regular, it means all the sides are equal, and also all the interior angles are equal, like that. Okay. Similarly for hexagon, for heptagon, octagon, etc. All right. Now I'm going to show you about the formula that is students need to know. Sum of interior. So the polygon, if it's they have angle here, here, here. These red angles are called interior angles. We also have exterior angles. If you were to extend this line beyond, and then you extend this line beyond, and this line beyond, you will get these angles. The blue one, they are called the exterior angles, outside. Okay, for all polygons, there's interior and exterior angles. Let's draw a quadrilateral. Let's draw this. Where are the interior angles? Interior are inside. 4. Where are the exterior angles? Exterior angles, extend, 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 extend. And these are the exterior angles of this quadrilateral. Similarly, if I have a pentagon, which was straight. So where are the interior angles? Inside, 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 inside. Where are the exterior angles? I extend. And the exterior angles are here, 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 and here. Okay, that's all. What's interesting is the relationship between interior angles and exterior angles. So you look at interior angles and you look at the exterior angles, they form a straight line. That means to say the interior angle plus exterior angle should equal to 180. This is the relationship between exterior angle and interior angle of any polygon, because they are drawn from a line. So that means they add up together to give you 180 degrees. Now, what's interesting is this. I think you must have remembered sum of interior angle. Right? If you were to add all the angles inside of a triangle, here, 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 you should know that this, for a triangle, for 3 sides, you get 180 degrees. Okay, right? This one everybody used, I think, remember from primary school. Now, if I have a 4-sided, whatever shape, if I were to add the interior angles, what is the answer? You can find this by dividing this into 2 triangles. You can see Each one triangle is 180 degrees. The other triangle is 180 degrees. Therefore, for four-sided is actually 360. 2 times 180, 360. How about for five sides? For five sides, what's the interior angle? You can have three triangles. So each triangle is 180. So for five sides, it's 3 times 180 degrees equals to 540, and so on and so forth. If you forget, there's a formula, by the way, for n sides is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. This is the sum of interior angles. So you notice this one is 5 minus 2, you get 3. This is 4 minus 2, you get 3. This is 3 minus 2, you get 1. So if I ask you for 17 sides, what is the sum of the interior angle? 17 minus 2 is 15 times 180. And that's the answer for the sum of interior. Interior, yes, it's not exterior. Interior angles of 17 sides should give you this answer. But what happens if you forget in the exam? So not to worry, if it's less than 10, you can work it out. 180, 360, 540. In order for you to get from one to another, you just add 180. So the next one is add 180, is 720. So this is for three sides. This is for four sides. This is for five sides. This is for six sides. So on and so forth. The problem is if you have 120 sides, you're not going to add 180 all the time. So you need to use this formula. So for 120 sides, it is using this formula, 120 minus 2 times 180. And that's how the sum of interior angle of a 122 side. All right, one more piece of information before we start doing that question. How about sum of exterior angle? Now, interestingly, for any shapes, for any sides, whenever you add all the exterior angles, you get 360 degrees. Whether it is 5 sides, whether it is 10 sides, whether it is 12 sides, 16 sides, 120 sides, 17 sides, 3 sides, 5 sides, you always will get 360. So exterior is very easy. It's 360. It is interior that has a formula with n minus 2 times 180. How do you memorize that? You memorize it by, notice interior, when you spell interior, you have n. So interior, sum of interior angle is the one with the n. So the formula for sum of interior angles, n minus 2 times 180. The sum of exterior angle is 360. Okay, hope this helps you. So now let's do this problem. In an isosceles triangle, the largest angle is 68. Find one of the remaining two angles. So there are many things happening here. We need to decipher. We need to find out what is the meaning of isosceles. I just explained to you just now. Isosceles means there, two sides are equal, like this. That's isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle means the base angles, two of them are equal also. Two sides equal, two base angles equal. And they say here the largest angle is 68. Find one of the remaining two angles. That means to say you don't know, you want to find these. So you know this, we can call it y. Now this is sum of interior angles, right? Sum of inside a triangle. You know that y plus 68 is equal to 180, because sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180. So this is 2y plus 68 equals to 180. 2y equals to 180 minus 68, 112. Therefore, y equals to 112 divided by 2, 56 degrees. Yep, that's one of the remaining two angles. That's it. Now this is 1 mark. You don't have to show the working, but I like to show so that I can, when you do in the exam, you show the working. When you do the checking, it's easier. If not, if you just write 56, you don't know whether how you get the answer. So it's best that you write down the question or the answer there. Okay, I'm erasing this because I want to do B. B says, in a kite. You need to know what a kite looks like, right? Kite looks like this, if you recall. It's a four-sided. There. That's a kite. This equal to this equal to that. Kite looks like this. It says here one of the angles is 49. Don't care what. They just say one of the angle is 49. Maybe this one. Okay. And find the sum of the remaining angles. Now, this is interior. Sum of interior of four-sided. We've lost the sum of four-sided is 360. So to say that, this one here, let's call this A, B, C. So A plus B plus C plus 49 degrees equals to 360. I hope you know how to get this, because inside a quadrilateral, four-sided, all add up should be 360. If it's triangle, it's 180. So there you are. Once you have this, then what do they want? Find the sum. They want to find this. So I just A plus B plus C is what I want to find. So 360 minus 49 is the answer. That's it. This is only 1 mark. Yeah, so it's quite simple. Yeah, so that's it. So 360 minus 49 and you get the answer there. C. Let's read this. In a regular polygon, there you are. What is the meaning of this? Regular polygon, whatever sides, can be 5, can be 8, they didn't tell us, but they say that it's regular. Regular means it is all the sides are equal, which means all the angles are equal. The ratio of interior and exterior angle is 5:1. So let's just draw. Let's say this is a interior is bigger. Okay, this is one of the sides. That means it goes like this. I don't know what shape it is, right? So, but I know for sure that it has to have this. So the interior angle inside here and the exterior angle, if you recall, I said the exterior angle and the interior angle, they all form a straight line, 180 degrees. So this is the interior angle. This is the exterior angle. And they tell us that the ratio interior is to exterior is 5:1. That means this is, if this is 5, this is 1. If this is 50, this is 10. This is 500, this is 100. That's the meaning of ratio. So that means to say, if I were to add this 5 plus 1, 6 parts. 6 parts is altogether is equal to 180 degrees, right? Because this is 5 parts. And this is 1 part. And you know that when it's a straight line, if you were to add the parts together, 5 plus 1, 6 parts equal to 180 degrees. So 1 part is 180 divided by 6, 30 degrees. There you are. So we have found that they are 60, the exterior angle is 30 degrees and the interior angle is 150 degrees. You have found this. But the problem is, that's not the question. They say calculate the number of sides of the polygon. Now, because it's regular, means all the exterior angles are equal. Now, if all the exterior angles were to add, sum of the exterior angles is 360. One of the angle is 30 degrees. Therefore, the number of sides, 360 divided by 30, and that is 12. If you were to draw this 12 side, you will get this shape. Yeah. So number of sides, because it's regular, we can do the division. You know that all these add together, 30 30, 30, there are 12 of them, they will make into 360. That's how you get this answer. Okay. All right, this is a fraction. Maybe you can try this. Before that, let's do fraction first. Simple one. How do you add fraction? I just give you two answer. Two fraction, half and 1/5. How do you add half and 1/5? How do you subtract half and 1/5? How you multiply half and 1/5, and how you divide half and 1/5. Yeah. So just one slide, I can teach you the operations of four operations using fractions. To add or subtract, you need the denominator, the number at the bottom, to be the same. So they are not the same, so you must make them the same. Times 5, times 5, times 2, times 2. So you're going to get 5/10 plus 2/10. Now they are the same. So denominator 10, 5 plus 2, 7. That's how you get the top, the first, how to add two fractions. So similarly for minus, you still do the same. So now instead of adding, you minus. For times is easier. Numerator times top times top. So 1, bottom and bottom, 1 times 2, 2 times 5, 10. So that's multiplication. Now division we cannot do. We need to change the division to times. So keeping the fraction in front on its own, you change this to times. Once you change it to times, you have to invert the operator here, 5/1. Now you have changed it into a fraction, the multiplication of fraction. 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 1 is 2. So you can leave it the answer like this, or you can change it to mixed number, or can give it in decimal. So this is the four things that you need to do for the operations of fractions. Now let's introduce algebra. Suppose you have this. What do? Same principle applies. I can only add or subtract fraction if the denominators are the same, but denominators are not the same. So you make them the same, multiply by C, multiply by C, multiply by A, multiply by A. So if you multiply the top one, 3C over AC plus 2A over AC. CA and AC are the same. Now that the denominators are the same, you just have to add the numerator. So this is the simplified version of this using algebra to add fractions. Minus is the same, divide and times also the same as the one that I showed you before. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, I'd like to show you another review of factorization. I'm not so sure whether you know. Factorization is take up the common factor. For example, the question, this is not to solve because it's not an equation. This is a expression, no equal sign. They always say factorize. Means take out something common. So what is common here and here? 3. If you take out 3 from the first term, you're going to leave with x. Take out 3 from the second term, you're going to get 2y. So if you don't believe, you multiply 3x, 3 times x, you get 3x. 3 times 2y, you get 6y. So this is called factorization. Factorization can also be involving with algebra. So instead of just 3, z can also come up, and so you will have this. So it's the same thing. So if I give you this as suppose like this, you can see 3 for sure. But you can also see y is also common. This y squared means y. So I can change it into y. There. So you see that the y is also common, 1y is common. So if I would take out 3y from here, I am left with x. If I take out 3y from here, it's 2y left. So this is factorization of two terms. With three terms, I will review another time when the question arises. And another important thing about factorization of two terms, when you see this, whenever you see x squared minus y squared factorize, you have to memorize this by heart, yeah? This is, you just copy x and y, 1 plus and 1 minus. If you factorize x squared minus y squared, you will get this. So x squared minus 16, for example. How to factorize this? You factorize it because x squared minus 4 squared. 4 squared is 16. So once you get this, then you just put two brackets, x4, 1 plus, 1 minus. This is how you factorize two terms. This has to be minus. If it's plus, it doesn't work. Okay. Let's do the first one. I'm going to rewrite it here. You try and do this. Okay, let's try and do this for 3 minutes. Yeah, please send in your answer. Thank you, Arsha. I'm not so sure what the answer I haven't done. Later I show you. Try and give me the answer. It has to, I guess you're just writing the numerator, yeah? This is a fraction. It has to have a number at the bottom. Okay. Shafi'i, thank you. I do not know whether that's correct, yeah? Later I show you. We will work together. Okay, Zaki, if you can try. 1 more minute. Okay, I'll do this. So you right now, both of you got it. You know that you can only subtract, in this case, fraction if the denominators are the same. They are not the same, you can make them the same. A lot of students just multiply by 4, multiply by 6, that's too big. They can go to 12. So 12 is a good number. Times 2 times 2. So this will give me 12. And this 5x times 2 is 10x. Okay? Minus. So this one here, I'm times 3 times 3. So I'm going to get 12 in the denominator. This one here, 3 times 3 is 9. There. So this is the first part, right? Now I can simplify. Now, because the denominators are now the same, I can now combine them together. So I put all these 12, and at the top, the numerator can be combined like this. You just combine them, copy everything. Yeah, so 10x minus 9, 1 minus x. Yeah, this is the first part. Now you notice that this is a bracket. I need to open the brackets. So I'm going to write here, I don't have space, 10x equal here, minus 9. So 9 times 1 is 9, but there's a minus. So minus 9 times 1 is minus 9. And then minus 9 times minus x is plus 9x divided by 12. Okay? And so x can combine 10x plus 9x, 19x, minus 9 over 12. And you can't simplify this any further. This is the answer. Okay, that's the answer, 19x minus 9. How do I get 19? Because this is 10x plus 9x. So that's 19. So those of you who got wrong, it's not the fraction addition, your algebra, the way you handle algebra, the multiplication of signs are very important. Let me review with you. The easiest way to remember for signs, multiplication and division of signs. So you have positive times positive, negative times negative, positive times negative, negative times positive. Now, how do you remember? So whenever they are the same signs, the answer will be positive. Whenever it is different signs, the answer is negative. That's how simple it is. Just memorize this one. Yeah. So how to do? Okay, remember? So whenever they're the same is positive, whenever they're different is negative. So whenever I have plus 3 times plus 7, so how to do this? You multiply 3 and 7, 21. Plus and plus, same is plus, like that. Let's say plus 3 times minus 7. How to do this? So 3 times 7, 21. Multiplication of signs, 1 plus, 1 minus, different. So the answer is minus 21, like that. Minus 8 times minus 5. So multiply the number, 8 times 5, 40. Multiplication of signs, minus, minus, same, therefore plus. Yeah, that's it. All right. Now let's try now part B. Part B is slightly more complicated, but you try first for 3 minutes. This is the one that you need to be careful. Let's try for 3 minutes first. Okay. Let me rewrite this over here. 7 x squared minus 9 plus 7 x minus 3. Now the numerator, the top numbers are the same. That's not important. We are not interested in the top number. The bottom expression must be the same. So meaning that this has to be the same. How to make them the same? The weak students will just say, oh, multiply by 3 here, and so I get x minus 9. And then how about this one? Square. So this requires a little bit of tact. If you recall, I said just now, a squared minus b squared is actually equal to a, b, 1 plus 1 minus. What the question is, why is it equal to this? Okay, let's try and expand. A times a squared. A times minus b minus ab. B times a plus ab plus b times minus b squared. And you notice that minus ab plus ab 0 cancels, and so it's a squared minus b squared. That's why when you factorize this, it becomes like that. Okay. So we rewrite again. A plus b, a minus b. So now when this one here, I'm just gonna highlight this x squared minus 9. X squared minus 9. Now it looks like this is belonging to this type, isn't it? The only problem is the square is here. This is good, but this one is not square. But you can make the 9 into a square. The 9 can be changed into x squared minus 3 squared, right? Because 3 squared is 9. Now they look like this, exactly the same. Therefore, you can factorize it as x3, 1 plus 1 minus. So x squared, this is actually x squared minus 9 to get x plus 3, x minus 3. So based on that, this actually can be written as x plus 3, x minus 3. I'm going to do that here so that you can see. Now it looks somewhat simple because I have the denominator x minus 3, x minus 3. I'm just missing x plus 3. Therefore, I can multiply with x plus 3 to make the denominators the same. That's how it gets to here. And so once the denominators are the same, x plus 3, x minus 3, all you have to do is to do this top part. 7 plus 7, x plus 3. So that's how it gets to here. Then you have to open the brackets and simplify. I don't have space. I'm going to rewrite here. So the numerator there, 7 plus 7x plus 21. Because this one must multiply in like this. Yeah. Divide by this x plus 3, x minus 3. So the numerator, the number can add. 7 plus 21 is 28. Plus 7x over x plus 3, x minus 3. Now you notice that 28 plus 7x can actually be factorized. You take out the 7. So I don't have space, I'm going to write here. So 7, 4 plus x, because this is actually 4 times 7. So I can take out 7 and left with 4. And the numerator this one x plus 3, x minus 3 is actually x squared minus 9. So this is the simplest form. This is the answer. A bit complicated here, but if you're good in algebra, you should be able to do this. If you're not good, this one is worth, we check. Two marks. So if you can handle up to here, most students should be able to handle up to here. You can get 1 mark out of 2. All right. This is a simple one. This one requires knowledge of proportion. And I like to help you to understand that most questions can be done using proportion. What is proportion? Just like this. Most question, unless it's inverse proportion or indirect proportion, all of them are direct proportion, should be quite straightforward. What is this? For 3 apples cost, say, $21. Very expensive apple. Then they ask you, find the cost of 8 apples. X dollars. So once we set up the problem like this, and it's a proportion problem, what you need to do first, check. Apples, make sure they're the same. If it's apples, oranges cannot. Apples, and dollars. Once they are the same, you just cross multiply and you get the answer. 3 times x, 3x equals to 8 times 21. You don't have to multiply this. Therefore, x equals to 8 times 21 over 3. And then you press a calculator, or you just use $56. So that's how you get the answer. Every question, most of the questions can be done like this. Quite easy to do. Well, I'll give you some more examples. Sorry. Another one, for example, they say the person walks 5 kilometers per hour. How many kilometers the person walks for 7 hours? So this can still be done like how I taught you just now. This one here, 5 kilometers per hour means 5 kilometers 1 hour. Now I want to find x kilometer 7 hours. There. What must you do? Check. Kilometer, hour, correct. Cross multiply. Always cross multiply the x first, yeah? So 1 times x, 1x. Just write x. 5 times 7. So 35 kilometers, like that. If I change this question, 5 kilometers per hour, say the person walks for 12 kilometers. How many hours is that? Okay, same. 5 kilometers, 1 hour. 12 kilometers. You don't like x, you can call it y. Y hours. Check. Kilometer, hour, same. So cross multiply. 5 times y, 5y. 12 times 1, 12. Y equals to 12 over 5, and that is 2 and 2/5 hours. That's it. That's how you do it. So simple, right? This is how. So proportion always work. What else? Okay, there are others which we can see later. Oh, let's look at this one. Leon orders a set of lights from a shop in Thailand. The set costs 10,000 baht. The exchange rate between Singapore dollars and Thai baht is this. calculate the price in Singapore dollars. There you are. This is the same as the proportion. What do you write first? Write with the rate, this one. So $1 is 24.1 baht. What do you want to find? You find this 10,000 baht. Do you write here? No, because you remember it has to be the same. Therefore, I'm going to write the 10,000 baht here. And so I need to find how much is it in Singapore dollars. So there you are. Next step, check. Dollar, baht, baht. Say correct. Cross multiply. So you cross multiply. You can cross which way, it doesn't matter. I like to cross the one with the y first. So 24.1 y equals to 1 times 10,000. I want to find y. So 10,000 divided by 24.1, and that gives me the answer in dollars. This works, right? Proportion again. So the proportion method works for a lot of these. So if you learn that one, you can do. So quite simple. So you go and work this out, you get the answer in dollars already. Okay. Next. Leon also pays a sales tax of 9% on the cost of the lights. Calculate the total amount in dollars. So I'd like to show you one method on cost price, selling price, and original price, etc. So original price, and then the new price, and in this one has a sales tax, so tax. So in this kind of question, you always have two unknowns. One of them is dollar, the other one is percentage. Yeah, because it's percentage here. So you fill in the blank with whatever it is. From just now, the Singapore dollars, oh, I don't know how much it costs. Let me just find it out first. 10,000 divided by 24.1. So it's 414 on my calculator. It's 414.9377. But so long. So what is it? You must always do it to the nearest cent. So this one here, 93, so 94 cents. So 414.94. That is the original price. And you have the sales tax, 9%. So where do you write the percent? It cannot be 9 here because this is dollar. Percentage is here, so 9%. Now tax is plus. So it's either going to be plus or minus. So this one is tax. So you have to pay extra. What's the question? Calculate the total amount Leon spent on. So he needs to find this one. So this is the X. This is a new. They were asking you how much he pays for it. So this is it. So this way, you need to know one thing. Original is always 100%. I repeat, original is always 100%. You need to write that down yourself. Nobody in this kind of question will tell you original is 100%. You have to memorize. You have to know original is 100%. Now, looking at this, after adding 100 here, I can add this side to become 109%. Yeah, there you go. So I have this. Then you look for, because this is proportion, I must have 4 numbers that are 4 terms together. So this one here, 1, 2 together, and this 9 has no partner, so useless. This and this, and all I have to do is to cross multiply, and I get the answer. So I cross multiply 100 times x, 100x equals to 414.94 times 109, and I want to find x. 414.94 times 109 over 100, and this will be the answer. So you just press the calculator. It's 452 2846. Now they ask you for the nearest dollar. So this is 2 is less than 5. So $452. So this is the answer. Yeah, you may have your own method to find 9%, whatever method you have is correct. But when I teach everyone, the student, the same method, and it will work. No need to think. You just put in all the numbers, you should get the answer. Okay. All right, we'll see more of these questions. You will be able to see the pattern, how this is tackled. All right, let's try this. This one you should be able to tell. This one can also use the rate. You take this and do part A and part B. So let's take 5 minutes. Try. Okay. If you paid attention to what I did just now about rate proportion, this question also can be done like that. Let's watch. So water flows in a rectangular tank at a rate of 12 liters per minute. What it means is 12 liters is 1 minute. Okay. Capacity of the tank is 100 liters. 100 liters. How many minutes? There. I've set up already. Every question I can do it like this. Rate question. I can get the answers. So check. Liters, liters. Minute, minute. Okay, cross. 12 times y, 12y. 100 times 100. Y equals to 100 over 12. And I get the answer by pressing the calculator, because calculator is allowed. Eight and 1/3 minute. Okay, so I've done this now, but the question asked me for minutes and seconds. I only have 8 and 1/3 minute, so not good enough. I'm going to erase this because I don't have space. So how do I change 8 and 1/3 minute? So 8 and 1/3 minute is actually 8 minutes, and change the 1/3 into seconds. So 1/3 to change to 1/3, this 1/3 of 60 seconds. So that's 20. So 20 seconds. So 8 minute 20 second is the answer. If you change this to 8 and 1/3 to change it to minute and seconds, right? Because 1 hour, 1 minute is, okay, I can also show you that method, right? Look, I'm left with 1/3 minute, how to change to second. So I know 1 minute, 60 seconds. 1/3 minute, x second. Check. Minute, minute, second, second. 1 times x, 1x. 1/3 times 60. 20. There. So you see, it works all the time when I do all this rate. Very easy. So all the questions, almost all the questions, I can just apply this. All right, next, B. Change 12 liters per minute to milliliters per second. Okay, this kind of question is to convert. So 12 liters per minute is like this. So 12 liters is 12 over 1 liters per minute. You want to change it to milliliters. Maybe just write short form here. Over second. Second is S only. Yeah. So when you have this kind of question, you have to individually. So you, on the top, the numerator, liter to milliliter. So the word in metric, the word milli means times 1,000. Just like meter, 1 meter, how many millimeters? 1,000, right? So the word milli is 1,000. So if it's 12 liters, 12 times 1,000, like that. And to change minute to second is 1 times 60, because 1 minute is 60 seconds. So based on this, you can straight away get the answer. You can use calculator, or can I just simplify? 2 times 100, 200 milliliter per second. So that's how you get the answer. Straightforward. Top, you change the bottom meter. So you need to understand how to convert liters to milliliters first. times 1,000, minute to second times 60, and you just divide, get the answer. Part C, this question is a part C. The base area of the tank is 3,000 centimeters squared. So this is a tank. The base area is 3,000 centimeters squared. Calculate the depth of water. The water keeps coming in at 240 seconds. So you recall this one just now. 12 liters per minute. 12 liters, 1 minute. Now I want 240 seconds. 240 seconds, how many liters? Because once you have found the liters, then you know the volume, then you can find the height, which they ask you to find. Then this is the setup, 12 liters per minute. This is from here. And so I want to find in 240 seconds, how many liters can I add? Now, what must you do? Do you straight away cross multiply? No, no. I always say check. Liters, liters. Minute, second. No, cannot. They have to be the same. So I need to change them. So I can change either. I can change this one into 1 minute. I can change to 60 seconds. Now second the same. I can now cross multiply. 60 times y, 60y. 12 times 24, 240. No need to multiply first. Y equals to 12 times 240 divided by 60. I can just do mental if you want. 4 times 12 is 48. 48 liters. So 48 liters are needed to be here. So the volume is 48 liters. So how to find the height, the depth? Now, if you know the volume formula, I'm erasing this. I just write down here 48 liters, yeah? Okay, the volume formula is the base area times the height. That's the volume. So volume equals to base area multiply with the height or the depth in this case. Now, base area is called 3,000 centimeters squared times the height I want to find. And this is 48. Now, this is the tricky part. 48 is in liters, 3,000 is in centimeters squared. They are not the same. We can't. We need to change liters to centimeter cube. Then you can get the answer. What is the relationship between liters and centimeter cube? You have to know this. 1 liter is 1,000 centimeter cube. Okay, 1 liter is 1,000 centimeter cube. So therefore, 48 liters is 48,000 centimeter cube. And now they are the same. You can get the answer. Height equals to 48,000 divided by 3,000. And so that's 16 height centimeter. Yeah. So the height goes to 16 centimeter. So this is a volume question. You need to revise or review on your volume question. All right, the last question here. This is very easy. This is, I think, quite recent, and I've taught you also. This is called stem and leaf. Maybe you try this. Let's take 3 minutes to do this. It's 1 mark here, 1 mark here, 1 mark here, and 1 mark at the end. 4 marks here. Very straightforward. You can straight away get the answer. I think you can get 4 marks here. Try first. Okay, please write down A, B, C, D like that. Yeah. So I think you found A. Find B and C. Thank you, Shafi. Try to do C. The others try to do Arshad, Zaki. This is an easy question. Stem and leaf. Okay, I'll do this. Now for stem and leaf, the one that is important is the key. Because this, you just look at this 67, it doesn't mean 67. Because 6/7 from the key, 6/7 is 670 grams. So that's how you read. If you write 67 is wrong. So this 91 is 910 grams. All right. So they're given all this. She wrote down the stem and leaf. How many boxes did Wendy weigh? So all you have to do is to count this side. How many there are? You count and it's 28. Yeah, Zaki, thank you. Yes, 28, yeah. Zaki and Shafi, thank you. You got it right. Now, what's the mass of the heaviest? Heaviest is here. So it is 95. Now, I told you already, you got to look at the key. It's not 95. 95 is wrong. It's 950 grams. Because 6-7 is 670. 9-5 is 950 grams. Okay, so the answer here is 28. The answer here is 950 grams. Find the median. Now, what is this? The median is the middle number after arranging. Now, if I have 28 numbers, this is 28 boxes, yeah, she weighed 28. Altogether must be 28. So I divide them into two. I have 14 numbers here and 14 numbers there. There's no number in the middle. So I need to count, look for the 14th number and the 15th number, add them, divide by 2. That's how I get the answer for median. If it's an even number data, I have to do this. Count the 14th number. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 790 is the 14th number. I need to find the 15th number also. The 15th number is here, 820. Then I divide by 2. This is how you find the median for even numbers. So it should be 805 grams is the answer, not 790. 790 is wrong. Yeah. Now, if there's 27 number, if it's say 27 numbers, so you need to have 13 number here, 13 numbers here. That makes 26. So there is now a number in the middle. That number is the 14th number. This one here, you go and count, and the 14th number is 790. So the answer is 790, like that. For odd number is correct, but for even number, you have to find the 14th number, the 15th number, add, and then divide by 2. That's how you find the median. All right, lastly, Wendy wrote in the report that exactly 25% of the boxes each had a mass of at least 870. At least means must include 870. So where's that 870 here? So 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm wrong. Yeah, correct. 870 is here. 870. Yeah, correct. Yeah? So how many are there? 70 at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 are at least 870. And altogether there are 28 boxes. So 7 over 28. And since I want to find percentage, I multiply with 100%. 7 over 28 is 1/4. 1/4 times 100% is 25%. So she is correct. So you have to do this to show that, because they say give a reason for your answer, I need to show the working for this. So 7 boxes are 870 at least. And so I divide by 28 because there's a total number, multiply with 100% because I want to find percentage, and I get that. So this answer is correct. Okay. So today we've done a few review. Of course, you're still slow in this because there are a lot of topics. But as you go along, we will review and review and review, and hopefully it gets stuck to you. So please, the topic that we have discussed today is stem and leaf, rate, volume, liters per minute. This is proportion. $1, how many baht? $13, how many baht? We have done this. We have also done a little bit of algebra manipulation. Polygons, interior angles, exterior angles. Area of triangle with this extra formula that we learned. A sine theta. That's all for today we did. Yeah. So I see you next week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.